Taxes. You work a hard month, check your pay stub, and suddenly $544 has vanished. Federal income tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare, gone. Here's the deal. Taxes are the price of civilization. Roads, schools, health inspections. The government takes a cut of everything. What you earn, what you spend, what your investments make while you sleep. The filing part is where it gets ridiculous. The government already knows what you owe, but makes you guess anyway. Get it right? Fine. Get it wrong? You're cooked. Banks. You hand over your money.
No.
You picture a vault, a dragon, maximum security.
It can't.
Reality? The bank already lent 90% of it to someone buying a jet ski. That's fractional reserve banking. Banks only keep a fraction on hand because, statistically, not everyone withdraws at once. Unless it's 2008. Then everyone does, and the whole thing collapses. Banks make money by lending your cash at higher interest than they pay you. You're the supply, the borrower is the demand. The bank is just the matchmaker, taking a cut. Interest. Borrow $1,000. Pay back $1,280. That extra $280, that's interest. Money's way of charging rent. Two types. Simple interest is a flat fee. Compound interest is where it gets dangerous, or powerful, depending on which side you're on.
Oh, no.
Miss a credit card payment at
They're
20%
everywhere.
interest,
Get away.
your interest earns interest. That $12 burrito becomes a $50 regret. But flip it. Invest at 7% compound interest, and $100 quietly becomes $200, then $400. Then one day, you're old and inexplicably wealthy. Interest is either your worst enemy or your best unpaid employee. The difference is who's collecting it. Inflation. You open a bag of chips, half empty, 30% more expensive. That's inflation. Money slowly losing its value. Not dramatically, just quietly, consistently. Why does it happen? Too much money chasing too few goods. Supply chain problems. Or just expectations. If people believe prices are rising, they spend faster, which makes prices actually rise. Self-fulfilling prophecy. 2% a year? Normal, healthy. A spike? Savings die, wages lag, chaos. The government fights it by raising interest rates, making borrowing more expensive, slowing spending, cooling things down. Recessions. A recession is when the economy shrinks for 6 consecutive months. One day, everything's fine. Then layoffs. Then the stock market only goes one direction. It could be high interest rates, a global crisis, or just the economic cycle doing what it always does.
Stages.
Boom, peak,
boom,
bust,
peak,
reset.
bust.
Think of the economy as a party. Everyone's dancing, drinks are flowing. Then someone checks their bank account, and suddenly the DJ's playing sad, lo-fi beats about corporate downsizing. Recessions end. Governments cut rates, send stimulus. People start buying overpriced coffee again. Growth returns, but not without scars. Credit scores. A 3-digit number that decides whether you get a house, a car, or a soul-crushing 27% interest rate. It's not about wealth, it's about trust. Will you pay back what you borrow? 300 to 850. Below 580, you're a red flag. Above 750, you're golden. It's calculated on 5 things: payment history, credit utilization, account age, credit mix, and new applications. The secret? Pay on time, every time. That's basically it. Your credit score is like a dog. Ignore it and it wrecks your life. Take care of it and it helps you buy a house. You can have 0 debt and still have a terrible score with no credit history. The game is slightly rigged, but once you know the rules, you can use them. Money, investing, and time. Here's the wild part. Money isn't real. A dollar bill has value because we all agreed it does. Same logic applies to gold, Bitcoin, or theoretically, a stick. It's all collective belief, which is why investing matters. Inflation is always quietly shrinking what your cash is worth. Investing is how you fight back, putting money to work instead of letting it sit and decay. Stocks, bonds, funds, real estate, the options are real, and so is the risk. But here's what most people miss. The real danger isn't losing money in the market, it's never investing. And the single biggest factor in investing, not skill, not luck, time. Compound growth needs one thing more than anything else: decades. Ordinary people with modest paychecks retire with 7 figures, not because they were lucky, but because they started early and left it alone. Money invested early doesn't just grow, it multiplies. Slowly at first, then faster than you can believe. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now.